Hi friends, welcome back to Nessa's Nook. Today I'm going to go ahead and make something my sister made yesterday, but because we cook way different from each other, that it's going to be the same, but it's not going to be the same. And I'm still working, so I don't have a lot of time to spend out here in the kitchen. That's why I'm so very thankful for my gadgets. She doesn't like to use her Instapots and her air fryers. I just don't get it. But, you know, she's a hands-on cook. She used to work in a restaurant. I used to work in a restaurant, but I didn't make the food. You know, I was always usually the cashier. I'd sometimes help, you know, when I worked at the pizza place, but I didn't make the food like in a restaurant. So I understand those people that need to feel like they have to touch everything. I get that. I'm not one of those people. Anyways, I'm going to bring it down here. So what I did is I cleaned up and I washed up 3 red potatoes. And you all know I cannot stand peeling my potatoes. So I have my little steamer basket in there. And I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 potatoes in here. And then I'll raise you up. I'm going to go over here and put that on my Instapot. I'll bring that out. And what's going to happen is I'll go ahead and put the lid on and set that for like 15 minutes. And that's probably excessive, but at least I'll know they'll be done. And then what I'll do is I will come back here shortly and I'll be putting the rest of the meal together, and we're just going to go ahead and throw it in the oven and have dinner ready by the time my husband gets home. He's halfway home early for a Friday, believe it or not. So I'll be back shortly, and I'll see you then. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and make the soup, and what I'm going to do is do my cream of anything soup mix. I put 2 cups of water. Now it doesn't ask for 2 cups, but I'm using some dehydrated stuff. I'm using some freeze-dried stuff, and I gotta allow for that to actually soak up. So I don't like the food dry, and neither does my husband. So I have to make a new batch of this, by the way. I'm almost out. That's lasted me a really long time. I do have a video on that, and I will probably make a newer one. I'm gonna just do it just a little over that. A new one once I make a new batch. And then everybody that's been watching me for any length of time knows that I use that little whipper thing to combine everything. And what I'm just doing right now is just making sure all the flour and stuff is all mixed together from the cream of anything soup. Now I'm going to throw a little bit of my onion soup mix in there because my husband and I both like that flavor. So that would probably have been about 3 tablespoons or whatever what would have been the package. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a little bit of mushrooms because, you know, that would be the cream of mushroom soup. And go ahead and stir this up again. And then all I gotta do is just let this actually thicken. I mean, this thickens usually most times just incredibly fast, I think. Wait for that to go together. I really seriously need to make a new batch of that. I didn't think I was so low on that already, but obviously I am. And of course, you know, I always have to make a mess on my stove. Now the potatoes, that was that beeping you heard. The Instapot is done. I could actually take the steam off it, which I should probably go ahead and do while I'm sitting here. You're gonna hear a noise. It's just the pressure releasing from the Instapot. Because then this way it could be done all at once. And then what I did do, I have some freeze-dried hamburger and some celery in this coming together. It's already done. I just have to take the water off it. That's one thing I like about using that freeze-dried stuff. I didn't plan ahead, and my husband didn't know what he wanted to eat. I didn't know what I wanted to eat. I'm like, come on, you know, we gotta do something here. So I said, well, I was thinking about making some of that stuff my sister made. He goes, yeah, I watched that video. He says, go ahead and do that. So that's what we're going to go ahead and try to do. So. And the Instant Pot is almost done. Pretty soon you're going to hear the thing go down, and I will be able to go ahead and take that out. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to bore you to death by stirring this until it's done. And I'll bring you back once I'm over at the island. Okay, the soup is still going, but she kind of like mashed hers down just a little bit. And I was thinking to myself, what do I have that I could mash this down without burning myself, because those potatoes are hot. And, hello, a potato masher. So I'll go ahead and get this soup done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix over here in this bowl, or in this thing it's big enough. I'm going to be putting the mixed vegetables and everything. So I'll just be pouring this over this once this is actually done. I'll be back. Alright friends, so this is what that's going to look like. I did the 2 cups of my own cream of mushroom soup. I'm just going to go ahead and pour this over the potatoes. I probably put too much vegetables in there. There will be leftovers for sure. Put that over there. Kind of spread this out a little bit. Now she put some cheese. I'll be putting some cheese on when it's a little bit closer, because I don't like to use foil. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cook for a little bit over there in the June. And then I'll come back and I'll put foil on this. Or not foil. I'll put the cheese on there and just bake it for a little bit longer. That way I'm not using foil, and I'll be back. And I did put that in the June for 15 minutes, and I put the convection. So it takes nowhere near as long as if you use the convection as you do just regular baking. Okay friends, we're back, and I did put the cheese on there. I didn't take it and bring it back for that because that was just right in, right out. Let's see how much of a mess I cannot make doing this. One thing about this, the potato stays together, and it's a little bit easier to, I know it looks like heck because I don't spoon very well, but there's that. And then we're going to have probably enough, unless this tastes really good and we want seconds, we're going to have enough for either a lunch or another meal here. I like how I use the extra amount of soup. My mom and dad, they had, when they were alive, they had that gastric bypass, but there's dinner there. They had that gastric bypass, and they couldn't eat dry food, and I've never been a fan of dry food, and especially when I first came home from the hospital, anything that was drier was kind of like harder to swallow anyway, so I didn't do that anyways. But I'm not a person who cooks with dry food, so I think, I know hopefully this tastes as good as it looks. If this works out the way, or tastes as good as it looks, I'll probably make my shepherd pie like this going forth. We'll see what the husband has to say. He should be rolling in the door almost any minute. But we'll get this on the table, get this kind of cooled off, because I don't like really super hot food either. My mom, back in the day, I think she fed me all cold food or something, because I just cannot, you know, when it first comes from the oven or it comes from the pan, I just cannot, you know, my mouth's on fire. But, you know, I don't know, my sister can, my brother-in-law can, my husband, he can just drink hot coffee right straight from the stuff, and I just can't do that. So, but anyways, this should be pretty good, and hopefully, if it is, then I'll let you guys know in the comments below. And if there is anything that you guys want to see me bake, cook, try to do some desserts, which, you know, I'm not much of a baker, but if there's anything you want me to freeze dry or can, or you want to see me clean something, I need to clean my house. I'm going to be off here pretty soon. And if there's anything that you want to see organizing, anything that you want to see me do, or give me suggestions, I'm always open for any and all suggestions. So thank you very much for stopping by. You all have a very blessed and wonderful day. And how do you like my cow curtains back there? Thanks again for my curtains, Melanie. Have a good night.